Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty back with the Locker of Death, where we have just learned that Nodoka has put someone's name in the locker, and it's probably ours. Chapter 4. You what? I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I did it secretly on the weekend before we knew it was really a curse. So it wasn't me? Or was it? If it was me, then it might mean that, because then it would probably be Maya that put my name in before, which would mean they're both gonna die. Is her name Maya? Oh my gosh, I'm getting so confused. Wait, so after we left, she snuck back without us to put a name into the locker? The legend of the Locker of Love sounded so romantic, I wanted to believe in it. I didn't even realize you were interested in someone. That's not the point, Shorty. We've been best friends for so long, but she never said a word to me about having a crush on someone. I'm surprised it never came up. But why wasn't it there when I looked, unless the name she put in was... No, this isn't time to speculate. Nodoka needs me right now. Now I know there's probably a curse in the locker, and if that's true, then... She covers her face. We'll find a way to break it. But if we don't, he'll die, because of me. Her shoulders shake as she sobs into her hands. I still think it's me. I think it's going to turn out that both the girls put my name in the locker, and then the twist is going to be that they're in danger of dying, not me. I never wanted that. That's the last thing I wanted to happen. I wanted him to fall in love with me, but instead he'll... She shakes her head and trails off, still sobbing. I can't imagine how horrifying it must feel to know you've accidentally doomed someone you love. Okay, so we had a weird cut there, and the previous part of the recording messed up, and I was able to repair it, thankfully. But, like you can't rewind to the beginning of the chapter. If you try that, you have to restart all the way from episode 1, which is stupid. I think you can only restart the chapter after you beat it. So I was gonna just read the rest of the dialogue in the log just in case we missed anything, but the log somehow contains what seems to be spoilers, so I can't do that. So we're just gonna continue from here, and hopefully we didn't really miss anything. We don't know whose name she put in the locker. My theory is that it is ours, and that the twist is going to be that both her and Maya put my name in the locker, and we learned that they're actually at risk, not me. But anyway, I feel so guilty, and if anything happens, I'll always know that it was my fault. What should I say? It's not your fault. It's too late now. Yeah, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Yeah, it is. I put my hands gently on her shoulders. Look at me, Nodoka. Oh, okay. She sniffles and lifts her head, her eyes glimmer with unshed tears. When you put his name in the locker, you didn't know about the curse. You thought it would make him fall in love with you, right? Which is messed up. Yeah. You never intended for him to get hurt, just to be brainwashed into loving you. That was the last thing in the world I'd ever want to happen. Compelling someone to fall in love with you is another moral debate, but now isn't the time to bring that up. At least we're acknowledging it. I know you never intended to hurt anyone. How does that make it better? It doesn't fix it, but it means you aren't responsible. You didn't know what would happen when you put his name in the locker. Heck, the very idea sounds absurd. But I mean, technically speaking, like, yes, she didn't know about the murder thing, but she still did know that it would potentially brainwash him into loving her. I guess so. The curse in the locker is to blame for all of this, not you. But if he dies, I'll always know he'd still be alive if it wasn't for what I did. Then we'll just have to break the curse before it gets that far. Do you really think we can? I do. You said you put his name in over the weekend, right? Yes, on Sunday. Sunday? So she snuck into the school while it was closed? Man, she really wanted to keep it a secret from the rest of us. That means we have the entire week to break the curse and save him. Are you sure? Rui says it takes a week, and she's the expert, so don't lose heart just yet. We'll break the curse in time. Thank you, Shorty. I hate that this record ball keeps minimizing itself so I can't see if it's still going. I put it down there so it would be out of the way, but... Thank you, Shorty. She wraps her arms around me in a fierce hug and draws a shuddering breath. If you say it's possible, then I believe you. I wish I knew when my name was put in. I might have even less time. She put my name in. What is it? I was just wondering if there's any sort of warning sign. The love confession always comes first. If that hasn't happened yet, then you know you have at least 2 days. So don't worry, I'm safe for now. Oh, that's good. Despite her words, she still looks pale and upset. I guess knowing we only have the rest of the week to break the curse isn't very reassuring. Protagonist is a little slow suddenly. I hug her again. Don't worry, we'll make this right. I wish I could go back in time and stop myself from doing it in the first place, but since I can't, I'll do everything I can to stop it now. She takes a deep breath and claps her fist into her hand. No one is going to die because of me. Right. Now I just hope we really can break the curse in time, for all our sakes. As soon as I heard what happened to Ritsuo and Hiroto, I got scared. I went back to the locker and took out the piece of paper I put in. I was hoping that would be enough to save him. Yep, her and Maya both put me in. Oh, so that explains it. The name she put into the locker was already gone by the time I got there. Ignoring a slight twinge of emotion I can't quite identify. Disappointment? Relief? I get out my phone. So I guess part of him does suspect. I'll call Rui and find out. Looking for me? Ah! I jump and turn to see Rui standing behind me. I was just passing by and heard my name. Did something new happen? If someone puts a name into the locker of death, then takes it back out, will that save the person? I'm afraid not. Once the name is inside the locker, nothing can stop the curse from running its course. Oh. Why? This is my friend Nodoka. Nodoka, this is Rui. So you're the one who has a plan to break the curse? That's my goal anyway. Why, are you involved? I put a name into the locker, but then I took it out as soon as I realized what was really going on. I'm sorry, it was already too late. You sure do know a lot about it. I followed the curse here. Followed it? What do you mean? What do you mean? She already told us. I suppose since you were both already involved, there's no harm in telling you what I know, although I don't know if it'll help matters any. You never know. Sometimes hearing a new perspective on a problem can make all the difference in the world. True enough, the Locker of Death phenomenon has occurred across the country, but it moves from school to school. When it vanishes from one location, it appears at another. Wait, really? Is that why only people at our school started talking about the legend recently? It appeared at my school last. Once it disappeared, I searched for any rumors about such a legend until I found your school. What should I ask? How long does it stay? Does the locker itself know? I'll say how long. How long does it stay? I haven't been able to detect a pattern there, but I assume it has to do with the number of victims. I mean, if people keep putting names in, then the Locker of Death stays until they've all died? Precisely. It's my belief that once people stop using the locker, it moves to a new location. So the more people use it, the longer it sticks around, increasing the chances that even more names will get put in and continue the cycle. When you describe it, it almost sounds like a predator. The curse's true nature isn't clear, but I have no doubt it's a malevolent force actively killing people. But why? I believe a hostile spirit is responsible. A ghost? A spirit? You mean like a ghost? That's right. The skeptic in me wants to object, but since we're dealing with a cursed locker, it's not like a ghost is that much more unbelievable. I've researched past appearances of the Locker of Death and traced it back through the years. As far as I can tell, it all began shortly after the death of a young woman, a high school student. Then you think her spirit is responsible for the curse? Possibly, although right now that's just a theory. Well, we don't have much time. What are we going to do? I think that if we can learn the truth about that girl and her death, we might be able to dispel the curse. Something must have bound her to this world. It sounds to me like she's angry over her death and wants revenge. I think she has a broken heart. That's my thought as well. Because we did see twins in the intro. Maybe one stole the other's boyfriend or something, pretended to be her. Whatever happened to that girl led to her to create a curse like this. I doubt we'll be able to reason with her and send her peacefully to her final rest. Will learning the truth really help? For now, however, the most important thing we can do is stop people from using the locker. I know you took some steps toward that already, but that's not enough. What did you have in mind? We'll seal the locker so no one can put any more names inside. Close off the vents and lock the door. And that'll work. It's a curse locker. If someone is really intent on using it, they'll find a way. Even so, it will stop most people. I was on my way to take care of it when I heard you two talking. Do you need help? I'd be glad for the assistance if you want to accompany me. Just stay alert. When you're dealing with malevolent spirits, you never know what might happen. She says that like she has experience with these things. I'm sure if that's a good thing or not. I follow Rui as she starts down the hall toward the entrance to the abandoned wing. Nodoka falls in alongside me, her gaze troubled. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. I hope so. With the curse threatening both me and the guy whose name she put in, who's totally not me, she must be under a lot of stress right now. I wonder who it is anyway. Should I ask? I'm gonna not ask, because I already know it's me. I hesitate, but decide not to ask her about it. Since she never volunteered the information, she obviously doesn't want me to know. It's none of my business anyway. Besides, it's not like I could tease her about having a crush or anything. Having death hanging over him makes the whole thing unpleasant. I don't think she'd tell us if we did ask, but it's gonna suck if it turns out that if we'd asked her, we'd know that two people put my name in and now at risk themselves. We follow Rui in silence down the hall. I'll have the recording stop for a minute. It's blending in with this freaking floor. The abandoned wing is unguarded for a change, although I'm sure there's a teacher somewhere nearby. We take advantage of the opportunity and hurry in. Why don't they just lock this door? Like the teachers. Do you really think this will work? If the locker can move from school to school, what if it just unseals itself? That's a possibility we have to consider, but I'm hopeful it won't happen as long as it stays in this location. How are we going to block up the vent? For now, I think we should stuff it full of paper. That should be enough to dissuade casual visitors. If necessary, we'll take further steps later on. Okay. We walk through the long abandoned halls toward the spot where we found the locker. It feels like an eternity ago now, even though it was only a week. There it is. We hurry toward it, but as we approach, something appears in the air in front of the locker. What the... Is that a knife? The locker is armed! The blade hangs in the air, suspended by an invisible force, and then points straight at Rui. While we stop dead in our tracks, it hurls forward through the air. What should I do? Protect Rui or duck for cover? Protect Rui. Rui, look out! I throw myself in front of Rui to shield her and knock her out of the knife's path. As we tumble forward, I wrap my arms around her. She crashes to the ground with me, but the blade sails harmlessly past us. That was part of what I saw when I checked through the log. I saw the knife flying through the air and Rui dodging it, so I guess that's what happens if we don't save her. But I don't know why the log messed up like that. Are you okay? Yes, I think so. I take a moment to catch my breath. My heart is racing. Oh, sorry. Due to the way we landed, I have Rui partly pinned. I scramble to my feet and reach down to help her up. Thank you. She grabs my hand, stands up, and then stumbles forward against me. I put my hands on her shoulders to steady her. Careful, are you sure you're okay? The knife didn't get anywhere near us, so she must just be shaken up by what happened. I'm fine. I never had something like that. Oh, I'm fine. I never had something like that happen before. She dusts herself off and takes a deep breath. Thank you for helping me, but why did you do that? What do you mean? You knocked me out of the way without even thinking about it, like it was instinctive. Don't you realize you were putting yourself in danger? I couldn't stand by and hope you got out of the way. What if you hadn't seen the knife? Somehow just missed the floating knife in front of the locker. But still. Besides, we both got clear in time. Nothing to worry about. Well, thank you. It's been a long time since someone was willing to watch out for me like that. Meanwhile, Nadoka is seething jealously next to us. Don't mention it. I just hope I didn't hurt you when we fell to the ground. Not one bit. You caught me in time to protect me from the worst of the impact. I'm glad. Such a gentleman, too. Some people would have taken advantage of a situation like that. Now that she says it, the events flash through my mind again. The way I wrapped my arms around Rui, the way we fell to the ground, the way I had her pinned. Shorty is always a perfect gentleman. Good to know. Okay, that's enough of that. Are you embarrassed? I was just trying to protect you, that's all. I wasn't thinking about anything else. That makes it even sweeter. I think she's getting a kick out of my embarrassment. I didn't know Rui had a sense of humor like that. Hopefully something like this won't happen again. But if it does, I'm glad to know you'll be watching my back. I'll do my best. Do try to not to put yourself in danger to do it, though. I'll try. No promises, though. If she's in danger again, I might do the same thing, even if that means putting myself in greater danger. Seems like enough for Rui, though. She smiles and then turns her attention back to the dim hallway around us. Thanks to your quick reflexes, nothing happened, but we'll need to be cautious from now on. What was that? We turn around, but there's no sign of the knife. It's as if it vanished, just like how it appeared out of nowhere. The ghost gave up real fast. Has anything like this happened around the Locker of Death before? Not as far as I know. Then why is it happening now? Because we're trying to interfere. Probably because the forces behind the curse know we're actively opposing them. What now? Should we still try to seal the locker? Yes, we have to try. Just stay alert. We creep forward cautiously, the air in front of the locker shimmers. We freeze as something appears in the air in front of us, but not a weapon this time, but... A girl? She looks mad. She has red eyes. Her uniform's a little torn, too. Stay away. Is that really Stay away! While we stand in front of the locker, transfixed in shock, the ghost lets out a horrible cry and lunges toward us. Is this the spirit responsible for the locker's curse? What is she going to do? And how can we seal the locker if it stands in our way? This sounds like a find out next chapter. Find out in the next chapter! I knew it. So, we're going to end this part here, and hopefully I can find a way to merge those two video parts together. What do you think happened with this mysterious girl? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!